I'm back with more. This is Sue from the Marion Library, and I've got some new releases, some nonfiction. First is The Sirens of Mars. This is Searching for Life on Another World by Sarah Stewart Johnson. And this is about Sarah, who is a planetary scientist. And it's all about her obsession with Mars. And it began in childhood when she lived in Kentucky. And she talks about how her and other researchers have scoured Mars for signs of life and really helped bring Mars from this really obscure planet that we don't really know a whole lot about to something that people are really interested in now, interested in finding out how Mars used to be. Is it anything like Earth? Was it ever anything like Earth? So this is a really interesting book about Mars and a woman's search for the meaning of Mars. Then we have one that's really interesting. It's called Craigslist Confessional. This is a collection of secrets from anonymous strangers by Helena Debala. And Helena actually was a DC lobbyist and found herself one day sitting on a park bench talking to a man who was panhandling near her. And they started talking about life and everything. And she really felt connected and inspired by this man. So she actually put an ad on Craigslist telling people that she would be happy to listen to whatever their issues were. It was completely anonymous. And she found out that there were a lot of people out there who wanted to kind of spill their guts to her. So this book is 41 of the first 41 Craigslist confessionals that she actually read and responded to. So this looks like a really interesting book, and it kind of goes the gamut of things from people who are really heartbroken and grieving over things to people who just have, interesting, quirky things to talk about. But this looks like a really interesting study of people. So the Craigslist Confessional is new. Then we have Raising a Rare Girl. This is a memoir by Heather Lanier. And Heather had her first baby. She was pregnant, did everything that she thought she was supposed to do to make sure that she had a really healthy pregnancy, ate all the right things, ate organically, gave up all the things that she loved to eat that maybe weren't so great for her, had a birthing plan, had everything figured out. And then she gave birth to her daughter, Fiona, who actually has an ultra rare syndrome known as Wolff-Hirschhorn. And Fiona had a really grim outlook. She would experience significant developmental delays, might not reach her second birthday. And Heather went from expecting to have a super baby to having this child that had a lot of issues. And Heather decided that she was going to run with it, and she was going to do everything she possibly could to take care of her daughter and learn as much as she could from experiencing life as the mother of a child that had a lot of developmental issues and probably not a very long life. So this is a whole book about raising a rare girl, and it looks like a really powerful memoir. So make sure you have your Kleenex with you on this one. Then I'm switching gears, so I've got a couple more fiction books, and this is called Not Like the Movies by Carrie Winfrey. This is actually a romance, and this is about a woman. Her name's Chloe, and she is a sole caregiver for her father, who is suffering from Alzheimer's, so she doesn't have a lot of time to mess around. She doesn't have time for a relationship. She's really focused on her father. Her best friend, however, wrote a rom-com that's about to premiere in movie theaters, and she kind of based this rom-com on Chloe's life because Chloe has a really cute boss. His name is Nick. So the movie buzz is really growing, and Chloe is reading all of these things about the movie and about the fact that Nick is really like the perfect guy. And she starts to think, maybe I should rethink this situation. So this is a fun romance, not like the movies. Then we have another mystery called Read or Alive. This is by Nora Page. And this is the Bookmobile mystery series that we carry in the Metro Library Network. And this is about Cleo Watkins, who takes care of the Bookmobile. She's a librarian. And there is a Georgia Antiquarian Book Society that comes to her town. And all of the people in town have all these old books that they're coming to find out, are they worth anything? And there is someone who is a book scout who is walking around and talking people out of their books. And these are books that are worth a lot of money. And he's a con man. One of those people that gets conned is Cleo's cousin. And of course, this man is found murdered shortly thereafter. So there's a whole bunch of suspects, including Cleo's boyfriend, Henry, who runs an antiquarian bookshop. So Read or Alive is part of the Bookmobile Mystery Series, if you are interested in that. That, my friends, is all that I have for this week. So I will talk to you next week with more new books.